The broadcast is now starting. All attendees are in listen-only mode.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to the third edition of our webinar series. My name is Christian Medeiros, and I'm the General Manager for Objectif Lune for Latin America. Thank you for your attending this webinar. I hope you enjoy it. Today, we'll be presenting the evolution from PlanetPress Suite to Well Connect, the entire trajectory of this successful software, and we'll be speaking also the trajectory of the company. Okay, there is a question panel. During the presentation, if you have any question, please you write the question in the question panel that's open for you, and I will be answering at the end, okay? Okay, let's go ahead. In the schedule today, we have the agenda for Objectif Lune, one overview of Objectif Lune, the company. Also, we will see the trajectory of PlanetPress, the tools, what has changed for the new version. I'm gonna do a comparison between PlanetPress Suite and Well Connect. What's the new? What's the difference between the old and new design, the old and new workflow, the languages, and the job output options that are available actually. An overview of the products Well Connect, the technology, what is new, what has evolved in terms of technology, and the questions at the end, okay? The first number here is about Objectif Lune. Objectif Lune has more than 25 years of experience in developing software, and we have more than 240 employees worldwide. We serve more than 25,000 customers in 115 countries, mainly through channels. And we support the channels to support the end user. So we, Objectif Lune, was founded in 1995 in the city of Montreal, province of Quebec, Canada. And since the beginning, we have had in mind creating technology that frees customers from complex code by creating a graphical interface that generates complex printing languages codes without requiring the user to know that language. At that time, PostScript was the language elected by the software. So it was the first printing language we supported, but actually Well Connect supports practically all printing languages available on the market. So creating an interface, graphic interface for the end user, frees has liberty, gives liberty to the end user or the channel or the reseller to create by their own the applications. And that time we started with variable data printing since the beginning. The complete trajectory, let me show here. The complete trajectory of PlanetPress is mixed also with trajectory of Objectif Lune. Objectif Lune was founded in 1995, the same date that the first edition, the first version of PlanetPress. It was created in DOS environment. That time it was just running locally in Montreal, and after in the following year in 1996 we launched the PlanetPress 2. It's a Windows version. In 2000 we launched the PlanetPress Suite 3. That is really a successful software. And this time we started to enter and compete with the languages that, for example, languages of the market. So we supplied a software because the programmers of PCL programmers or PostScript programmers, it's a complex programming. PCL, for example, is very complex to program PCL. Who knows? And and that time the developers were the customer depends on the developer. So the PlanetPress Suite 3 with the drag and drop feature, for example, or import the image from the folder to the desktop, and at the end running PostScript with powerful advanced paper handling. That was a key for the company. And the company started to grow a lot at that time. In 2003, Objectif Lune was classified in the Fast 500. It's the one of the 500 companies in North America that fast grow and wins the National Bank Award for the best company of the year in the small business segment that time. So the company started to grow a lot that time. In 2004, we launched the PlanetPress Suite 4, acquisition of Atlas Software as well. Now we started to the expansion of the company worldwide. So it was strategic. The strategic was to expand to Netherlands. It's very good software, Pinchot Mail, and also Pinchot Mail had that time lots of a very good installed base of customers. So it was strategic for the company in acquisition of Atlas Software and the Pinchot Mail that time. In 2005, we launched the PlanetPress Suite 5. In 2007, we launched the PlanetPress Suite 6, Pinchot Mail 6, and Pinchot Web 2. Pinchot Web was a Web 2 print solution, but actually, for example, Connect can interface, can can exchange that data with e-commerce solution, for example. So we can be behind the portal, supplying an engine to the portal, e-commerce portal, for example. So it was actually it's not available in Shop Web. 2007, we created the Objectif Lune Latin America. I joined the company that time. I used it to come from the printing industry, and that time I joined the company. And the same time, Didier Gombert is the founder of the company and also creator of PlanetPress. Our current CEO won the Vision Desjardins Award as the CEO of the year. 2009, we launched the PlanetPress Suite 7. So, guys, who still use the PlanetPress Suite 7, it's already 11 years of the software. So we did launch in that time. And in 2011, we launched the Printshop May 7. And this year, we did acquisition of we had an acquisition of Printsoft Australia, creators of Press Suite. So in this acquisition, also strategic to expand more the company, we incorporated to the solution AFP and IPDS capabilities. In 2015, we decided the world was going in direction of digital, so we decided to launch a new product family and incorporating all features from PlanetPress, from Printshop Mail, from Press Suite. So all and other companies that we did purchase around from 8 to 10 companies we did purchase worldwide, and we condensed all the technology in the Connect. So Connect incorporated all technology in the same in the technology called the World Connect, and we created now our mobile app called Capture on the Go. Objectif Lune that time was classified in Les Affaires as one of 300 most important companies in the province of Quebec. 2017, we launched Well Connect Send. 2018, we changed the name of the product. Instead of having, for example, PlanetPress Connect 8, we changed it to 2 major releases per year. Is 2018.1 is the first release of the year, and 2018.2 the second release. And in these releases, we launch new features, new capabilities, new technology. Between the two releases, we can launch in smaller releases, for example, 2018.1.2, .1.3, which are mainly bug fixes or needed between the major releases. But the major releases incorporate new capabilities, new technology. In 2019, it was 2019.1 and 2019.2. And we also launched the solution package. We did launch the solution package to facilitate the selling the new capabilities of the software, because when we were just doing printing of variable data printing, it was very clear to everyone what's the variable data printing, output management using our workflow. But when we started to go to mix the printing with the web capability of sending HTML email and or personalized web, we started to offer more and going the digital direction and going to the digital transformation. So we decided to launch a solution package to facilitate the understanding of the new technology. So we elected some workflows, some process that were very common in the marketing that our customers use. Accounts receivable, for example, proof of delivery, all connect send for ad hoc mail, outbound mail. We elected these first ones. For 2020, this year, is scheduled the launch of 2020.1. It was supposed to launch in the next month, but due to the pandemic, the COVID-19, we had to postpone to June 2020. And also we will be launching a new solution package called the correspondence management. We will be doing another webinar in the future to explain of the new features, the new capabilities, and the new solution package. Okay. Okay. An overview of Connect. We offer. We keep the name Print Shop Mail, PlanetPress, and Price, but the technology we condense it in one technology. So the three products share the same designer. So this is helping the learning curve. So the learning, if you learn, we start with it's a small printing room, for example. Start to Print Shop Mail Connect for the promotional applications, personalized application, direct marketing, one-to-one. We can start with the design. The concept is the same. There is no workflow in Print Shop Mail Connect. Just the designer. You capture the data, you design your template, and you print. But we added the possibility also to email. So both email and printing is available in Print Shop Mail Connect. PlanetPress Connect also capture the same concept for office and for production machines with sheets, not raw feed machines. So, but for raw feed machines, we work with Press Connect with a higher volume. So each one can keep its market and its name. But PlanetPress Connect and Press Connect, they share the workflow. It's the same workflow, but the difference is the server and the capability of processing. PlanetPress Connect process, and we can also add the performance packing PlanetPress Connect to double the speed of processing. And the workflow, it's the workflow that we had in PlanetPress Suite, but we stopped it. When we launched in 2015, Oil Connect, we stopped the add capability and new features for PlanetPress Suite. So 5 years ago, we stopped the new features of PlanetPress Suite. All the new features capabilities are incorporating in the Oil Connect. So we have the same workflow. I'll be showing you the difference between the suite products and the connect products. Okay, and we add also the capability to manage queues in a centralized queue, and we print manager is a module that the print operator can receive all the jobs to be printing, and they just drag and drop to the printer that is ready to print with the specific paper color, with if the special papers, so it's all available, and the operator can manage and drag and drop. Okay, and imaging is keeps optional as well for Press Connect and PlanetPress Connect. And there is a new component called the server to serve a web page. But generally, the server and the workflow works behind the portal. The portal is a portal for the customer, and calls our engine, and we do what is needed to do with our engine, and we send back to the portal. So for the customer and user is like he wants the same portal, but we stay behind the, for example, for a firewall. There is security recommendations. I can send you the security recommendations when we close the deal, and the customer, and we have all the structure, and we indicate how to keep the connect workflow serving with serving web pages behind the security infrastructure. Okay, so let's go ahead. Let's see the old components. PlanetPress Suite, the tools. We use it to have the designing tool, where you design the template, where you work with the data and stabilize the data, all the components, advanced paper handle, all you do in the design. And when we go to workflow automation, for example, folder capture, and doing, for example, a new PDF, for example, all or printing, we process all of these templates in one template only. But the tools in PlanetPress Connect and Press Connect, look at that, I'm not comparing PrintShop Connect. Why PrintShop Connect does not have a workflow? So I'm comparing, for example, the workflow and the design of production or office to the new components of Connect, both PlanetPress Connect and Press Connect. Okay, they share the same design and workflow with different capabilities of output. And so document designer is specific for the document design and the workflow too. We keep the same capability, but with some difference. Let's go to each module. In PlanetPress Suite, we had the development of the template. In the tool, in the design, the template itself, it's being developed together with the data. So we had the data panel here, and we stabilized the data in the suite. The result is one template containing, for example, all the comments of the advanced paper handling, all the data, and all the components of the design, the document. Here in PlanetPress Connect and Press Connect, we created the DATAMAPPER concept. The DATAMAPPER concept is where you take the data from anywhere, from a PDF, from XML, from text file, from database, and it doesn't matter. You grab the data, you mining the data, and you have a data model as the output. And this data model in the workflow will do what you want. But the beauty here is we have a workflow, an intelligent workflow to grab the data. And you have conditional, we have loop that reads each variable number of lines of the details, creating a details table inside the. So it's very powerful. is much powerful than what we had in the data panel in the past. So this expand the possibility of doing new projects with Connect. I'm gonna show you. Here is the design of PlanetPress Suite, the page content, the data, and the template. Now we have the data that comes from anywhere. The template does not touch the data. The data comes as data model, a standard from the data mapper. It doesn't matter if the data mapper uses text, XML, or PDF, or PCL, or AFP, doesn't matter. They extract the data here, and we use the data in the template. Let's take a look in the Connect Designer. Here I have let me change the spotlight. Okay, here I have the composition of a template, right? I have a template, and here I have the data. This is the data mapper, and I'm taking the data here and I'm dragging here in the data model, and I'm grabbing and I'm taking the data using an intelligent workflow of each step. Okay, so my first data is Romeo Leninger. If I go to the record 2, I have Selena Nobles. Okay, let's go back to Romeo Leninger. Here is the template. He's using my first data here, Romeo Leninger. If I go, it's a standard data model. If I go to number 2, is record 2 is Selena Nobles. Okay, so it's a variable document here. And but if the customer decided to change, oh, okay, I will not supply any more text file to you. Now let's grab the data from the PDF. So I'm gonna open a data mapper done with PDF. So it's a new data mapper because the customer changed it. So I had to change the data mapper and take Romeo from the PDF, not from the text file. If I go back, and my second record is still, let's see, Selena Nobles. It's the same, but now it's PDF. Now I go back to my template. If I go back to my design, the page, I just need to synchronize with the new data, and that's it. I have the Romeo. It doesn't matter because the data structure here in data model comes independent comes from a PDF, but doesn't matter. If I have to change the data, I don't touch the design. I don't touch the design if I need change the logo. Okay, I change here the design, but I don't need change the data. So it comes and it's very simple. And what's very good, for example, here we are in the preview module. If I go to design, you see the variables here, and I can go, for example, change. Here is in Spanish. No, it's not in Spanish. I'm gonna write. It's the same concept. Invoice to and full name. If I go to preview, is there invoice to Romeo. Okay, but I could change also. For example, using the source. If I go to source, I'm using HTML. So if the developer understands web technology, you can expand the possibilities to develop in web language, HTML. If I go back here, I erase the space. So if I go back in my preview, okay, I erase the space to invoice 2. Okay, so I can work as I use it to work with previous version of PlanetPress Suite. Drag and drop data. For example, okay, I want to show the invoice here as well. So I'm gonna I'm gonna put here. I'm take the data here, and I put here the data. Invoice 2 number, invoice 2 number, invoice preview. That's it. I drag and drop the data. So we keep the same facility, the same easy way to create the design, easy way to create a variable document. We kept it the same in Connect, but we expand the possibility to open source language. So coming back to our presentation, the data is separate from the template. So when we go to workflow, what happened? When we separate we gain flexibility, because here, when you in PlanetPress Suite, when we process a template, inside this template, there are template itself data to process the data stabilization, advanced paper handling, all is included in this template. When we process PlanetPress Connect and Press Connect, we execute data map. Let me just change to Spotlight here to show you. Okay. Here in the Connect, we, for example, capture the data in the folder, execute data mapping first. What we'll do in this case, for example, is CSV file, is a purchase order. What we'll do with this data at the end, we can create an email content. So this plugin here, we send an email, and this condition here, we decide, okay, the customer wants to receive by mail, not print, or the customer wants to receive by mail and by mail printing, or the customer does not want to receive by mail, just to print. So we have condition here. And here, we start to create a print content to send by mail. So create print content, create job, create output. What happened here? We are also split, for example, when we go to a printer language that, for example, advanced a printer. If I go to a printer language comparison, PlanetPress Suite had a proprietary language called PlanetPress Talk. It's the proprietary language of PlanetPress Suite. Now we are expanding the technology to HTML in JavaScript, and we now can expand more possibility. So when we speak about the printing language, before in PlanetPress Suite, we had, for example, inside the template, we had a PPD, for example, for the printing language of the printer. So the printer capability, like saddle stitch or stapling, or duplex, all of these features, advanced paper handling, paper color from the pickup, paper color from different drawers. This kind of capability, we add the language of the printer here. So we have to work in the template to change the printer. If I change the printer to a newer printer, I have to change the template, the whole template. Here in Connect, no. If we change the printer, the data map is the same. The printing content is the same. The template itself is the same. We change just the output. When we create the output here, we change, and we change it according to the PPD or the printer language of the printer. So imagine that the customer has 3 different printing rooms, in 3 different locations, and each location has one different model of the printer. The three printing rooms, they use the same data mapping, the same printing content, the same create job. That is, for example, create sequence for combining different, for example, combining for the invoice number. This is what we do here. And here, we then just the create output according to the printer model that each of the printing room is using. Okay, so with this concept, we have a more flexible development in terms of workflow. We can just extract the data and store in the database, for example. We can just grab the data and send it to a portal, composing a personalized web portal behind a portal, page behind the portal. We can just create email content. So the flexibility here is higher compared to the older version. Okay. Also with JavaScript and JSON, for example, to interact, to exchange data between the new other web applications, it's easier now. With the new technology, it's easier. For example, we accept as entrance the Node.js server input. Is a new technology that's not available in the old version. It's available now, and for security, we can interact web data and web transactions with web services in a very secure way, actually. Okay, and and here we have the data, enters data, just to see the comparison between PrintShop Connect, PlanetPress Connect, and Press Connect. The difference between PlanetPress Connect, as I mentioned, it's the production. So PlanetPress Connect does not support handle AFP language. So just the Press Connect supports. And PCL as enters to DATAMAPPER a PCL, to data mining a PCL, we need to add a option in the to read and data mapping that. In PrintShop Connect, we can read an XML but without nodes, a plain XML. So and for the promotional applications, okay. For the output, supported output, again, the AFP EIPDS is available in Press Connect. It's not available in PlanetPress Connect. But mais output does not come with PlanetPress Connect. Why? Because we have a mobile app available. If the project will use just mobile, digital documents, not the printing, so we don't need to add the optimized output. Optimized output adds the language capability, PostScript, PCL, VIPP. It's added with optimized output in PlanetPress Connect. So it comes without it. But we have in the PlanetPress Connect subscription model, we include that optional automatically. And commining, let me just explain what is commining, is to combine different jobs. For example, I'm printing invoice. And when the invoice is being printed, at the same time, the workflow is looking for a letter, a collect letter, for example, for collection. For example, the guy is overdue, the past invoice is overdue, and now when printing the new invoice of this month, I add a collection letter to this job to be printing together with the same customer, adding the letter. Okay, look, the past due invoice of the invoice of the last month is past due now. Please, when you will be able to pay the invoice? So it's different jobs. But conditionally we add the letter depending on the anti condition. So this is combining. Imaging now supports not only PDF VT, PDF AX, also A3, for example, that you can incorporate into the PDF in XML file. For electronic invoice solutions, we have to store long-term the PDF. So incorporating the data inside the PDF A3, it keeps because XML is not a readable format. So But for electronic invoice, we have to keep it in some countries 5 years, in other countries 10 years. This XML. So it's a way to combine its new technology. So imaging offers this new technology of output. Okay. And then also another kind of output is HTML. HTML output, it adds capabilities of mobile devices. Our new technology of Connect supports who is more technical understands the foundation and bootstrap responsive design. What this means that when an image is read by a device, a smartphone, and the layout of the reading email adapts to the screen of that device. If it's small, for example, sometimes this table is not shown like this. This table can be shown two columns and one drag drop down menu to see the other column. So changes accordingly to the size of the screen of the device. This is responsive output that we call, and it's possible just when we send an email HTML. And also other features we can add. We can add online payments, and when the customer click pay now, they are redirected to a third-party API, for example, PayPal, and PayPal does the payment transaction. It's not inside Connect, it's outside Connect. And the PayPal is taking care of the security of the transaction. So Connect does not store any credit card information, for example. It's directly deal with the supplier. I'm example here. I'm saying PayPal, but there are many payment store online. But I'm just mentioning one here example. So this kind of feature is available in the HTML email. Also, a promotion message, a banner to conditional banner depending on the customer, and is a different discount rate here. Also, we add customer contact and help and social media as well. So we expand the possibility compared to paper. Going ahead in the digital transformation idea, well, since we have a printer driver, an internal printer driver in the workflow, you can just get the printing job from any system. Any system can print. So we create a virtual printer in the workflow. And this virtual printer is available for Unix, for Linux, for AS400, for mainframe, for any kind of system. Just print to that virtual print. And instead of, and we use let me just change to Spotlight. And we use a plugin to make available a virtual printer. And instead of converting to paper, we can intercept with this plugin the printing and put in the mobile app, Capture on the Go, available for Android, iOS, and Windows Store. So in the mobile, you get the transactional form. In the transactional form, using Capture on the Go. Christian, we have lots of options to capture data from the web. Okay, I'm gonna show you. The difference why we did create an app for the transactional form. Let me go back to design. Okay, I'm gonna close all. Okay, don't save. And on the welcome screen of the design, I'm going to use the template wizard. The template wizard, I have Capture on the Go starter template here. So what we'll do now, I'm gonna create a patient intake, a patient survey using this template. So this template is okay, patient information. So there is a way that we can for example, edit like as I just explained, to create the form to the mobile app. And this is very common. It's a healthy survey for the customer with several questions, with several disease. Okay. But if I go to transactional, I have to get some data. Let me open a data mapper. The data mapper gets the data from anywhere, and now the data is available here. Okay, and now I'm gonna get the patient information not from any people standard. No, I'm gonna patient information for Romeo, our friend Romeo. So I drag here. So now if I go to preview here, I see the patient information for Romeo. And when I open I'm using the Windows 10, so that's why I have a store here. So I'm connecting using a user. Capture on the Go works with user. The workflow manages users. Which transactional form, electronic form, is going to which people, which person. So Capture on the Go links the person that's on remote and for the database and the workflow. So I'm here using the sales. My repository is empty, nothing. So I'm gonna send a message, a form to Romeo Lening. So I'm gonna send this message here, and this is the for patient Romeo. This is the name of the form. Okay, this is for patient Romeo. Okay, so I'm gonna go finish, and now let's open again the Capture on the Go. And I'm a doctor or I'm a nurse, and I receive a patient Romeo to go home care to get information about this patient. So I'm gonna open the survey, and I'm gonna use all the features of the device. For example, gender, male, radio button. My first here it's just the drag and drop the name and last name, and we just confirm here it's not needed. So and I'm start the survey with the Romeo allergies, asthma. So we have all the information, but what's different? It's because I'm using I'm managing offline. I'm managing several forms. It's not linked. You do your form. We give liberty to our customer to create their own form. It's not a closed mobile app. It's an open mobile app. It's a mobile app to manage forms, transactional forms, and that form triggers other process. That's the difference between Capture on the Go and other. It's very common that people confusing between capturing data from web or capturing a transactional between workflow, inside the workflow, in the middle of a workflow. And also, Chris, it's very difficult to create the components for. No, let me go back to design. I show you how to, for example, I will need to take a picture of the patient. Okay, you just need to right click, capture on the go elements, and camera. That's it. Here you added the capability at the form to take a picture of the patient. So when you send back to Capture on the Go application, a picture will be able to with the device to be taken. So any of these, for example, other elements, date, signature of the timing, geolocation, camera, and barcode scanner for application, for example, to facilitate the reading of the entrance of products in the warehouse, in one house, for example, or boxes in one house, or to create a tracking process of the physical delivering things for auditor, for the auditors, for example. Auditor, we can create, for example, using the same tool, we can create the pickup form and the auditor form for the auditors be able to see if you what the warehouse guy pick it from the warehouse is if from the inventory stock if they pick the right items. So we can create it's available to you. So you create your form for the customer. So and with right click of the mouse. So this is the difference between Capture on the Go and other applications that to capture something. Okay, we started off. Also, all the other feature is once the form is downloaded to the mobile device, no connection is needed. You can fill out the form offline. No 3G. If you go to remote places or if you go underground, that there is no internet connection, no problem. You can do your job, and once you go back to a place that there is a 3G or 4G or Wi-Fi connection, you connect and upload the data and trigger another process. Record geolocation, photos, quantity, signatures in a delivery process. Okay, and what the beauty is Android, iOS, and Windows the store. Okay, but my customer with the pandemic now and the COVID-19, we have home office workers. So we need to expand the possibility for the remote workers. You can simple provide the Oil Connect send to the customers. What this means, we just need to create a printed driver remotely at the home office, nothing else. You don't need install PlanetPress Connect remotely. You just need a printed driver, and you redirect what they want to print to the company to the server where is installed Connect, and this server gets the print job from the remote worker. So with the Connect Send, we can add the remote capability, virtual printer drive over the internet with security. It supports security protocol. Okay. So once the worker, the home office worker prints, they can get an interact mode. The interact mode shows a pop-up window from the remote Connect server. So it can. This is a template in Connect. So all of this information, all of this can be completely changed by you using the design tool. So in this case, the remote worker is printing to a printing center, the printing bureau. They will print and mail this print job. In this case, is a letter from a bank. So the letter you don't need to to worry about stationery. Online, you can choose which stationery. Let's see that you are a lawyer and you work for 5 different companies. So here you choose, you have a standard letter, you have a standard legal letter for banks, for example. And I'm a lawyer and I work for 5 different banks. So I can have in my Word locally in laptop the same template because it applies to any bank. But when I print, I choose which letterhead from which bank. I choose from one of the 5 banks I be printing. It automatically will be previewing the documents online. And also we can change for secondary pages on. Here is a letterhead. The other pages are, for example, just the logo we add. And also the envelope format. In this case, lettering in C5, letter page in C5, and this green, the text, the address automatically here. Connect application detects the address, so it is used after. You can add also barcoding, for example, for inserters. So the postage, if it's next day or it's a regular mail or the cost sender, or if you pay online, you can do everything, approve and done. And the beauty here is there is no login. Because when you install the printer driver in Connect Send, you identify yourself. And when you get in the workflow, the printing job, we get here in the right, I'm sorry, let me change to Spotlight. Here, on the right here, get job data properties. You get the user. You know who is printing without logging in anything. Because when we start the print driver remotely in the home office worker, we got his name. So we got his name, we give a job ID, we get the timestamp, the timestamp of the print job, we get the number of page, we get number of copies. So all the information we get automatically in the print job. So for a remote worker implementation is easier with Connect Send. That's the message here. We added this possibility as well. Well, let's go to Oil Connect technology also provides an enhanced custom plugin architecture. We offer an open plugin. You can create your own plugin and to use it for a specific customer in the workflow. If you go to our website and you choose here, sorry, let me just change to the cursor. Yeah, support here. You can go to, for example, let me go back just to show you to go directly. Support Resource Center. If you go to Resource Center, at the bottom you have several like, let's say, PDC equivalent of PPD, PPD, that's comments of the printer. You have the custom plugin package. You can download. It allows you to create a custom plugin. Can be used in the Oil Connect workflow process. You create your own plugin. So one of the plugins is available. One of the plugins we did create already, for example, we created the ECM plugins. Connect to SharePoint, Laserfish, M files, therefore, and Dockware, for examples, are examples of the ECM plugins. Why we did create plugins for ECM, Enterprise Content Management? Because we index automatically. We don't need to index manually. When we upload the files, at the same time that we are printing, and or we are generating an email, or with the invoice, or with the statement, for example, we can create we have the data because we created the variable document. So we have the data, so we can index any data. And with this, we upload not only the file, the output, but we also upload with indexing. Automatically, the search for that document will be available online in these systems, in the ECM systems. So it's available. And also we did create two new plugins for SendGrid and MailJet. Why we did create plugins for SendGrid and MailJet? For example, if we have to send 100,000 or 1 million email messages at once, if you send the email message automatically at the moment that they are created, processed, you can get the blacklist of the anti-spam servers on the web. So these servers take care of the anti-spam, the best practice to send emails to avoid anti-spam blacklist of the anti-spam servers. Okay, so and also they have their own tracking for. We can develop the tracking inside the Connect, no problem, because the technology allows. But also these components, these servers, SMTP servers, they have the tracking, and they have their own reports. For example, bounce emails, or open link rates, for example, or invalid address. These are reports available on these servers. That's why we create. But the composition and the layout we process and we render inside the workflow, inside the server. So we process and deliver to these servers just to send, ready to send. Is different that the servers process the email, the content. It's very different. We process and we rasterize the emails before sending to these servers. These servers just send and track. That's it. They don't process the email itself. There is a difference to process the content and to send the emails. So this has to be clear. And here we have also, with the last version, the PDF digital signature support for signing PDF, for example, using a USB token, a hardware. Before it was a bit difficult to do that, but now we support the hardware tokens. So we can use it, for example, we can combine the users of a Capture on the Go remote to validate that signature, for example, in a piece of in a plastic screen, for example, in a screen, we can validate that user because the Capture on the Go is by user. So we can link that user with a digital certificate of that user. So the PDF result is inside, is digitally is signed and digitally signed with the digital certificate of that user. You can do, for example, this kind of solution. So using a USB token. So now we support physical readers integration, okay? Can incorporate physical readers integration. Okay. We have a technical article. It's not available on the web, okay? It's internally, we have a repository of technical articles, but we can send you. If you need detailed information about some of the features of some of the technology, please send us an email message, and we will provide a PDF with the details of that technology. It will be available, no problem. So please, if you need additional technical information or even sales information about what we are doing, explaining, please send us an email message. The final notes for the future, what we will have? We will have the WellConnect 2020.1 that I already explained. Is scheduled for June. The new solution, the package coming soon, correspondence management. Also, I would like to note, do a comment about the Capture on the Go starter offer. The Capture on the Go starter offer is a package that includes PlanetPress Connect. So, and includes 10 users. So the same part number, you have the Capture on the Go for 10 users. You have the PlanetPress Connect to do the both design and workflow DATAMAPPER and server included. And also we include the imaging with the capabilities of the outputs, the new outputs available with imaging. So all included, it's good and an affordable price. It's for the start, for example, if you need to offer a new mobile application to your customer, you can start with a smaller project with 10 users or less, and you expand after. So they don't need to. Generally, we also include professional service to do the workflow template for the customer, and from the beginning you have to invest also in the professional service hours. So what happened here with the starter? You can begin with smaller amount of users, and after and you invest in affordable price with the Capture OnTheGo starter. You include the professional service to develop that workflow and template. Once it's developed, for the following years, you can, or following months, you can add more users and you can expand the possibility of the. So it's a way to start. And once the project is implemented, no need for additional professional service. So you can expand it after with new license. Okay, it's a strategy to go to the market with affordable proposal to start the job, to give the customer the possibility to see the workflows, the tool working with their own jobs, with their own templates. Okay, and actually, PlanetPress Connect and Press Connect subscriptions includes for PlanetPress Connect includes optimized output, so all languages are available just in the subscription model. Okay, and multi-year subscription, multi-year is available. For example, if you close a deal with 3 years or 5 years, we have a progressive discount if you add more years in the point of purchase when you close the deal. Okay, so it's available. It's notes that it's make available for you to be able to start to do the project to your customer who is still using the old-fashioned product. Okay, any question? This is the time of questions. I see there is a question here. Let me see. Okay. Is there an end of life of the PlanetPress Suite available? No. We do not have an end of life date yet for PlanetPress Suite, but actually we do not accept, for example, multi-years in care, for example, multi-years in Suite, because we will not warranty, for example, 5 years from now that the product will be available and we will have to support. So it's something that's not available yet. So we will be notifying when the date is coming. We will be notifying in time in order. But we suggest you that this presentation, we created this presentation mainly to show you the possibilities, the new capabilities exactly, and also a final another comment that I forgot to mention. All the templates that you have created with PlanetPress Design Classic, for example, it's 100% compatible with the new workflow of Connect. So with the workflow of Connect, you can run all the templates created with PlanetPress Suite. And also, a second comment, we also have a promotion called cross-grade. What does it mean? The promotion is valid for the customers that they have WellCare, valid WellCare. What do you can purchase an upgrade, which is the cross-grade. And for example, if the customer is not under WellCare, you enter the WellCare today, and you have another year of support and of the PlanetPress Suite, keeping the suite running for 1 year. At the same time, you can, with the cross-grade, you can set up a second server. So you can install connecting a second server, both running in parallel. And the first year of the Connect of WellCare is not included. It's free. So you don't pay just the suite for 1 year, and the Connect, you don't pay the care on that year. because you can migrate the applications from the suite to the new Connect workflows. So with this, you have 1 year to, but it depends on 1 year to be able to migrate all, and also create the templates in the new design and expand the possibility for the digital transformation as we show it today. Okay. Um, there. There will be a copy of the recording. Yes, the recording will be available of this presentation. Will be available in the same link that we received from our market people. We will provide also a follow-up email with the link of the video. Will be a video is being recorded. It's the video of this presentation, and will be available. We will send a follow-up email in 1 day, and the follow-up email also will contain the link for the video. Okay, and you can share to anyone you wish. It will be recorded. It will be available. Okay. Any question? Please send us an email. The email address is on the screen. Sales@br.objectivelune.com. Okay. No more questions. I thank you very much. Thank you very much for attending this webinar, and I hope you have enjoyed. And we'll be doing another webinars in the future, speaking about the new capabilities. Okay. Thank you very much. Have a good day. Bye.